Hi and welcome to Hummingbird Acres YouTube channel. We are so excited that you are here. We figured for our first video we would introduce ourselves. So I am Deanne and this is my husband Jamie.
Hello.
We are the creators behind the YouTube channel and the blog Hummingbird Acres. We are just starting our farmhouse living homesteading journey in Maryland. We're super excited to have you follow along. It'll be filled with lots of adventures. I'm known for some crazy ideas that turn into brilliant ones in the end.
True.
At least I like to think so. We both love to cook. I love to bake, and
I like to cook outside on the grill, smoker, etc.
So lots of yummy treats. We also have tons of family and friends that love to come and visit. So lots of things going on. We have kiddos and we homeschool. So we're so glad you're here and welcome to the farmhouse.
A little bit about us, a little bit more about us, how I should say, is that we are currently a family of 7. And the way we define that is my wife Dee, myself, our oldest Henley. We have fraternal twin boys, which are Garrett and Hunter. And then we have our newest addition, which is Marisol. She's the youngest of the clan, and she's the most ornery. And
Today,
then we
at
also,
least.
yes, exactly. And then we also have what we call the best child of the group, which is our 4-legged chocolate lab, and his name is Reuben. He is wonderful, great, he listens, he likes to lick a lot, but he is the most caring, and he's awesome. The kids are great too, don't get me wrong, but we're still training them. So.
But you can't forget about our 5th child.
The 5th child, yes.
And not the 4-legged kind. Our 5th child.
Granddad. We love having him around. He is an extreme wealth of knowledge. His past has granted him so many awesome skills and everything like that. You can't even put it into words what he can do. All the time I'm constantly amazed at what he's teaching us and the things that he's doing for us. It really is truly awesome. It is. It's pretty amazing.
And you might be like, oh my gosh, how can you live with your parents or your in-laws? But
Yeah.
we have a relationship where it just works. And we work as a team. There's 3 of us, 3 adults, and we run this house and we handle the kids, and it just kind of works.
It does. What needs to be done? What are we working on today? Some things we have to put off to the side, depending on what's going on. It might be a bigger task that we might have to, push back, priorities, things of that nature. So here recently it's been a combination of, working on the area around the pool, taking down trees that are either dead or unwanted, and then splitting a massive pile of firewood that we have amassed. White oak, red oak, cherry, good burning wood. So that's part of it.
Yeah, and Granddad is retired, so he does travel a lot. He travels about once or twice a month, and
Yes.
we miss him dearly when he's gone. And I have to say, the kids miss him more than
Immensely.
any of us, and they love to count down the sleeps until he'll be home.
Yes.
And he always gets the biggest welcome home, and it warms our heart about how much he loves them and how much they love him. So that is our family. We do have another dog. Actually, Granddad has a dog.
Yes.
Wally. We call him Walter. He is a border collie, so he is very high-strung and likes to keep everything
Extremely high-strung.
together. So just a little bit more about us, Jamie and I. In a past life, Jamie worked in accounting for a family business, and I was a teacher. I taught kindergarten and 1st grade. We have both since left those careers to pursue other opportunities. The first one being a in-home daycare that we ran. I ran it alone for about a year and a half, and then once Marisol was born, Jamie came on, and we ran it for maybe another like four or 5 months.
Not really, actually. I mean, you think about it, it was right when COVID hit, so it may have been another 2.
Yeah.
Because we were looking to expand, but...
So Jamie ran it with me for maybe 2 months. And then we were forced to close because of COVID and restrictions, which is kind of where our homesteading farmhouse living story begins. The closing of the daycare didn't really force us, but we took a spring break and a vacation in Virginia, which then turned into me researching poison ivy and how to get rid of poison ivy. And you can read more about this story on the blog. Or Jamie will link it in the comments below. But I found 10th Acre Farm and became completely obsessed with permaculture and gardening. I think I probably had like 20 tabs open on my computer. It was quite comical.
Yes.
From there, I found homesteading and became even more fascinated and amazed. And it was just an obsession, and it still is an obsession. I am constantly reading, constantly researching, finding new things, new ways of doing things, and just learning and absorbing everything I can about the homestead life. As I was researching and finding new things, I kept finding this common thread. And it was a thread that I think we had been looking for, but didn't really know how to define it.
I think we kind of knew it was there, but just really like putting our finger on it.
Maybe putting our finger on it.
Yeah.
A lot of the homesteading things that we were doing, we found that we were already doing, and that I had done when I was a kid, or I'd watched my parents do it as a kid. Mm-hmm. So we kind of realized that homesteading and living that lifestyle was what we were supposed to be doing.
Kind of already like in our blood, I guess you could say.
Yeah, kind of already in our blood.
Yeah.
At that time, we were really craving just a simpler life, more wholesome, more outdoor activities, more just doing things for ourselves. And through all of my research, everything kind of just came together. And we realized that homesteading is what we needed to do for ourselves, mm-hmm. and for our kids and our family. So we started to look at and made lists of homesteading things that we were already doing and that we could expand on. And then we also made a list of some pretty ambitious goals.
I would definitely say so, yes, but that's how we roll.
And it kind of just started from there. When we got back from that trip, we kind of just dived in even more, and we like to call them our like impromptu business meetings, where we sit and we hash everything out, and we kind of talk about different things and new ideas, yes. And then I run back to the office to write them all down, yes. Or type them out, or however we're recording things at that time. So we have lots of goals, but we also know that we can't do them all at the same time. And I'm the dreamer. I dream big, really big. And Jamie is more of the practical one in this relationship.
Yes, I just try to keep things grounded, keep it in perspective. Trying to, look at it from a realistic perspective. Just kind of like sort it out, look at it, break it down to its parts, and it's not trying to bust our bubble or anything, but just trying to get to the realistic aspect of all of the actually quite awesome plans that Dee comes up with. We have over the years we've come
up with some good ones,
some doozies, and
yeah.
And we've actually worked them out quite well. But it does take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, compromise, for sure. It's never easy, for sure. Always takes a lot of work, but I would say the end result is always pretty phenomenal. It really is. I think anything we've ever done, it's always worked out really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
So, in a nutshell, we don't like to just jump into things. We like to research it as much as we can. We like to know as much as we can, and we don't have tons of money at our fingertips,
No.
even though we do try to play the lottery every now and then. So we have to be really practical about our goals. For 2021, we have a couple of goals, and our main goal is our garden.
Yes.
My parents always had a garden when I was a kid, and even when Jamie and I have been together, we've had a garden, but it's more been, I would call a hobby garden.
Yes.
Where we would pick a couple things to grow, we would grow them, they would produce, we would eat the vegetables or the fruit, and that was kind of the end of it. Well, this year we're getting really, really focused, and I'm going really, really granular on this one. We are only going to grow tomatoes, and we are going to perfect growing tomatoes. So that we can, and we don't really normally just eat tomatoes, I'd say, slice them for sandwiches. No,
rarely do we slice them for sandwiches, and maybe even salads. But yeah, for the most part,
very rarely.
Like what we're going for is.
So we use a lot of sauces and paste. So our goal is to grow enough.
Marinara sauce.
Oh, and marinara sauce. Our goal is to grow enough tomatoes that we can can them down to make sauces and pastes and marinara sauce that we can use basically all winter. So that is our goal for our garden.
Yes.
To get ready for our garden this year, I have been doing lots of reading, lots of research.
Yes.
I have lots of tabs open on my computer and lots of new Kindle books.
Yeah.
So we will link all of those, or I say we, I really mean Jamie. Jamie will link all of the books that we have found interesting in the description below. Another one of my goals for this year is cut flowers. And this started with my aunt, I would say. Mm-hmm. We went to visit her, I guess over the summer, and she had cut flowers on her kitchen table, and I just absolutely loved it. And she said she cut them from her garden, and she replaces them every Sunday. And I just loved it. And it was like, that was such a simple thing to do, but it brought so much warmth and so much just like peacefulness to her house and to her kitchen. So again, I started researching and realized that growing cut flowers is a thing, and it's actually really big. It's huge. So we are going to actually
We have constructed
that's
3 raised beds so far.
Yep.
There could be plans for more before the season starts. I'm not going to say no, but there's been some talk.
Yeah, so we took down an old outdoor shower that we had and made 3 raised beds to put on our back patio. And my goal for this year is to just grow enough flowers that we have vases of flowers throughout our house. But if we do really well at this,
True.
My ultimate goal would be to have a small flower farm where we could sell some of our cut flowers, and so kind of like a flower market. But I also know that Jamie...
Oh my gosh, if we could get these tomatoes and any vegetables that we actually produce going, I would absolutely love to go ahead and sell some of these vegetables, because I know that sometimes, you have these bumper crops, and rather than, just let them go to waste, just go ahead and sell them to the neighbors, or sell them to, people who really want it. It's they're going to be awesome. The soil is going to be fantastic. We're working on that, so.
So yeah, I definitely see some type of market in our future.
I can see a little stand being constructed, perhaps with some old spindle wheels, maybe, perhaps.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Or even like the old, the trailer type, the trailer.
Oh.
Like the old, granddad's,
yeah.
old
See here,
trailer,
we're already
so
thinking of new projects.
we're in trouble now.
Yeah, we're definitely in trouble now. But we do have a couple more goals for 2021 before we start talking markets.
So another thing too, we've been discussing for a long time, actually several years now. Dee wants chickens. Would love to have chickens. I'm kind of on the side of goats because I want goats to eat all the poison ivy because they're known for eating that. That's another story. But chickens, we're going to try to get that taken care of. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's definitely going to be in the near future.
Our big hiccup right now is Granddad. He's not the biggest fan of chickens, but over the past couple of weeks,
he's swinging.
Started to turn around and change his opinion, and he's been asking some questions about chickens. So you have to stay tuned because a chicken coop and some chickens might be in our future.
Oh yes, I actually kind of hope so because I think it would be a wonderful, wonderful experience for the kids. You know, learning how to take care of them, learning how to feed, maintain, even even on the building process of the chicken coop. I mean, Hunter, you know.
That brings me to, that makes me think of something else. In anything we do around our homestead and in our house, we involve our kids in every aspect of it.
Yes.
So anytime we write a blog post or even do a YouTube video, you will always find links of ways to get your kids involved. Whether it's linking back to our website with ideas or even linking to books and other resources just to get your kids involved. We think homesteading is definitely a family affair and you have to have everyone involved in order to make things work.
Yes. It's kind of like an all or nothing type thing. I mean, and especially, you know, I think one of the things that's lacking in today's society is really there's a lot of information out there that kids are growing up now, they don't know. You know, they don't know how to grow something or fix something or maintain something. And, you know, I think both you and I really feel like that's something that's been lost in more ways than one. So, you know, we really want to bring that back to our kids for sure. You know, we want them to know if they have to, you know, something as simple as changing the oil or, you know, building a structure or, you know,
anything.
Basic electrical work. You
Yeah.
know, it's just changing a tire even. I mean.
Yeah. All right, we are going to move on from this topic though because we do have to finish this video and keep it in a reasonable time. So moving on, if I can stop saying I also have a very extensive milkweed garden. I raise monarch caterpillars and we release them as butterflies every late August, early September. So we are getting the pool fence redone, and with that I am able to expand my milkweed garden. So we are going to add, I don't even know how many more square feet it is, but it's a pretty good amount.
Yes.
And we cut down some trees so the area will have more sunlight. So going to expand the milkweed garden so that maybe next year we can release a lot of butterflies. I
really feel that the milkweed garden is going to take off this year just because of the addition of all the light from the trees that were taken down. I mean, we've taken down probably 20 trees so far, and we've got another, you know, probably 7 to 10 to go, and it's right in that area where it's crucial for that milkweed garden.
So we are very excited for our milkweed garden and our caterpillars, and Jamie made me a caterpillar house last year, or a butterfly house, caterpillar house. Depends on how you look at it. A chrysalis house. So we are super excited to raise more monarch caterpillars as part of our 2021 goals.
Yes.
And I think that is all of our goals right now.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, there might be more, but that's what we're going to stick with right now. So I want to move on and tell you a little bit more about our house because it is very unique and it is very special to us.
Extremely, yes.
We live in a 1986 Slope Point farmhouse that my parents actually built. They found the land, I think, in 1985, and they purchased the land, and my mom found the floor plans for this house in a Southern Living magazine, and she mailed at the time
No, yeah.
a letter to the magazine, to the editors, asking them for the plans for the house. And they actually wrote her back and they sent her the plans, or how to purchase the plans. So my parents purchased the plans. My dad worked as an engineer, so he and another colleague did some basic adjustments to more fit their lifestyle. And they had the house built.
Awesome.
When it was built, they only had the first floor finished. At the time, that's all that they could afford, and that's really all they needed. And then right before I was born, they finished the second floor. And then right before my sister was born, they added on the garage, which is a 2-car garage. And from there, they have just added new additions and updated things and reconfigured things based off of the times and things that they needed.
Need and necessity, really.
Yeah, need and necessity.
I think that's really what it is. Need necessity. Woodshed.
Yeah. You can read more about all of the additions and more about our farmhouse on our website, which, like I said before, I will link below. But this house is very, very special to us, and it just has so many memories for us.
Not just that, there's a lot of little special features to it that were added.
Yeah, my parents
outside of the actual plans.
Yeah, my parents really thought about every square foot of this house and how to utilize it. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
It's extremely functional, and it has more storage than you could even imagine, honestly.
Yeah, there's
really
lots of hiding places. Let's put it that way. Hide and seek as a kid was awesome.
I'm afraid. So we are so excited to have you follow along in our farmhouse homestead journey. We know we have lots to learn, but that just makes the adventures even more exciting for us. And trust me, it's gonna make it more exciting for you too, because you get to see us go through these, our ups and downs, highs and lows. So it's gonna be cool.
So welcome to the farmhouse. Be sure to hit the thumbs up on this video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell thing so that you get notified when we post new videos. They won't be ones you want to miss. They will be filled with many highs and lows and my crazy ideas that turn into
pretty spectacular adventures, yeah.
Pretty spectacular adventures. So.
Not to mention the comedy factor. Don't forget that, because there's always a comedic value to everything that we do.
True that. So thank you for watching, and please make sure you subscribe to our channel.